You've hit Beltline Construction, brought to you by Calvin College Media Production. Here's your host, Grand Rapids personal trainer, Mighty Joe.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Beltline Construction. I am your host, Mighty Joe Stankowski, and today we're going to talk about stretching. This is going to be really an action-packed episode. We're going to try to squeeze in a lot of stuff. The thing with stretching that we really want to focus on today is that strength equals length. And by that I mean that if we can get one muscle to fire on one side of a joint, the muscles on the opposite side have to relax to allow that movement to happen. And if all you do is stretch a muscle as tight and never address the weakness, you're really opening yourself up for injury in a big way. So I'm going to call Travis and Stephanie out here to help me out real quick. We're going to demonstrate a few things, how we're going to fire up the nervous system and just make your bodies work. So what we're going to do for this, we're going to have something to extend the length of our arms. We could use a rope, a belt, a towel, old tie, whatever works for you that you have available, because we need to make your arms longer. Generally about 5-6 feet, depending on how tall you are. We're going to jump right into it now because, again, action-packed. So we're going to have Travis. We're going to start off with you on the floor. We're going to work from the bottom up and work with our calves. We kind of maybe spin a little bit more that way. Good. What I'm going to do is we're going to hook a rope on the bottom of his foot, kind of about 2/3 or so of the way up on his foot, so he has some sort of leverage to work against. And before he does any sort of stretching here, he's going to contract muscles in the front of his shin. By doing that, what it's going to do is bring his toes towards his face, or towards his knee. And once you're as far as you can contract, then we're going to get a little extra stretch. Good. And hold for 2 seconds and relax. So we're going to go through about 4 or 5 reps of this. Really could do about 10 or so, good range to shoot for. So we want to try to get that contraction and then the stretch. And we're trying to lock in that extra sort of range of motion we're gaining right here by having the strength to really support the whole thing. So contract, stretch, 1001, 1002, relax. Do about 2 more of these. We're going to flip legs. What this is called is active isolation stretching, really emphasizing on the weaker side, the weak link in movement, which is the ability to have the strength to move into a range of motion. A little higher up on the foot. This is a good time to point out too, different shoes work different ways. I often like training barefoot, or at least doing stretching like this in a barefoot sort of idea, but sometimes it doesn't really bite onto the rope or a belt as well as you'd like. So just, get the right kind of footwear, right kind of attachment to make your arms longer. So you're going to contract, stretch, 1001, 1002. Maybe 2 more of these. We're going to keep Travis out here then in just a moment. We're going to have him switch to a slightly different variation of this, where he's got the flexibility that he doesn't so much need the rope, but if you need it, you can still use it. So we're going to do it with the bent knee, and same thing again. So want to straighten a foot out, and then pull it towards you again, toe towards your knees, and stretch 1001, 1002. So you're going to put the stretch a little bit lower, kind of deeper into your calf. So if you have any kind of plantar fasciitis type problems maybe, or any kind of foot issues at all, really tight Achilles tendon, if you've been told you have that, this is a good way to address it, not just by stretching, but by strengthening the muscles that put you in this position in the first place. Let's get this, and then one more, and then we'll switch sides. I'm going to be pulling Stephanie in here in just a minute too, because I know she's just chomping at the bit to do some of this stuff. So same with your right leg. So contract, yep, contract, stretch for 1001, 1002, then relax. The reason we're stopping at 2 seconds instead of the traditional 10 to 30 seconds of holding the stretch is we're trying to completely just avoid what's called the myotatic stretch reflex. We talked about this in just a previous episode, maybe 1 or 2 episodes back, where when a muscle is put under tension, it starts to feel like it's got the tension there, so it protects itself by trying to shorten back up again. By giving it only 2 seconds, we're avoiding it completely and don't even have to see it happen. So we're going to get a good deep stretch and repeat and repeat and repeat. You can do again as many as 10 or so at home, but here we're just going to do our couple that we're doing, 5 or 6. Now we'll let Travis jump out of the way and have Stephanie jump in here for some hamstrings. Same concept. We want to get a stretch in the muscles behind her legs. So to do that effectively, we want to get a strengthening move on the front of her legs. So she's already in position here. We're going to make her arms longer by using this rope. And so she's going to lift from her hips, bring her leg up as high as she can under her own power, and then she's going to get the little extra stretch at the top for about 2 seconds. So want to contract as hard as you can up there, keeping your leg as straight as you go, 1001, 1002, and relax back down. 5 or 6 reps each time. Good. Contract. Hold it up there. 1, 2, and relax. If you feel any kind of tension, any sort of sharp stabbing pains, we're not looking to hurt you. We're looking to get you stronger and more flexible at the same time. So keep the prom date guidelines going strong. Painless range of motion, demonstrating acceptable technique. Let's get 1 more on this side if we can, because I don't know if I'm counting to 5 or 6. There we go. And we're going to take it back to the floor, and we'll switch legs. Same thing other side. Good. So hopefully you're doing this with us at home right now. That's why I got the music going for you. Something to keep you interested, I guess. So contract, stretch, 1001, 1002, relax. Now by keeping her legs straight, the muscles that are working are the ones closest to her hip. They're actually contracting for this movement. So the ones opposite that are going to be closer to her hip. And kind of more into the glute area, upper part of the hamstring, so you're going to feel more tension. What we're going to do in the next one though, last rep right here, I'm going to flip it over a little bit, go back to the other leg now, and we're just as a bent knee variation. So same idea. She's going to straighten her leg out, keeping her knee right here. Once it's straight, then she can contract. or give a little pull at the rope. So you're going to contract, stretch, relax, and put more tension behind your knee, kind of that lower part of her hamstring, closer towards her calf, but still up above her knee. Good. So contract, stretch, relax. Do 2 or 3 more, and we'll switch you over again. Good. Contract, stretch, relax. Awesome. Last one right there. We'll take it back to your left side. And this again, this is where shoes work great. And these ones, you know, it doesn't matter who makes the things. Just a lot of shoes have like some good grips on the bottom, where the rope really settles in nice and secure on this. You don't have to worry about the thing flying off and knocking you out. Okay, contract, straight leg, then 1,001, 1,002, relax. Good. Here again, like I said, we're going 5, 6 reps maybe today. Give it 10. Just don't go more than 2 seconds or so. If you really want to see how long you can handle, hold it up there for 4 or 5 seconds and count. You're going to see there's like a tension. It's going to kind of kick in. It's going to be like a sharp pain. It's going to say, whoa, let's get out of this. We want to avoid that. But one more right here, if I can count my numbers out. I'll bring Travis back in the mix. Good job. And what we're going to do is bring Travis on the floor and just again show how we could use different implements to create the effect. If I can have your feet my way and your head away from me, what we're going to do is work the inner and outer part of your leg, right? So we have the adductors and the inner thigh, and then our hip is what people refer to as the outer thigh. They're kind of wrong, but we're not going to go into a whole rant right now on that. So we got a strap. You can find these different stretching straps, yoga straps, different tools to work with. Sometimes they have little loops built into them like this. You can either put a noose around the thing and make it work, or you just put your foot right in the piece. And I'm going to give Travis the other end of that because you're going to provide your own resistance on that and support. So I have both legs straight. With this one now, you can really see this here. I want to have his non-exercising leg pointed towards the middle of his body. Both feet are going to be pointed the same direction. So I'm going to help just give a little support here so he keeps his foot where it is. And as a reminder, I want to keep your legs straight and hovering just above the floor. And I want to sweep your leg out to your right side, I guess that would be. And keep your hips that are not twisting all over. Good. And once you get out as far as you can actually move yourself under your own power, then you get a little extra stretch. Good. So 1,001, 1,002, and bring it on back. Good. Good job. And contract out. And then get the stretch. Yeah, it's really about making yourself stronger. Strength does equal length. If you want to entertain yourself sometime on Google, myotatic stretch reflex is one that you look for, and then reciprocal inhibition. Really fascinating stuff as far as I'm concerned. I think I'm a little geeky with this stuff, I guess, sometimes. Good. Because I know we're getting short on time, I want to try to do one other exercise here too. So you do the same thing for both sides. Remember, your non-exercising leg points in, and both legs go the same way. But for now, we're going to do it again the other way. So we're going to switch hands with the strap. And so I'm going to do the same thing, non-exercising leg towards midline. I want to leave your heel this time coming across your body. So you're going to stretch, or you can contract out there, and stretch 1,001, 1,002. So you're going to put this into his hip. You really see right here where that's where the tension's coming from, because the inner thigh is working, his adductors are putting him there. So let's just stretch, good, for 2 seconds. Going to contract, now stretch for 1,001, 1,002, good job. Let's get one more after this, so contract, stretch for 1,001, 1,002. So contract as hard as you can, like you're still trying to sweep your leg across. Good job, okay. Now we're going to throw Stephanie in the mix here again, because we want to jump through at least one more of these movements if we can today. This is the quads and the hip flexor, the front of your thigh, front of your hips. So you're going to have her kind of curl up in the fetal position on her side. And she could use her bottom arm either for support for her head, or if she can support her bottom leg, that's fine too. What she's going to do is effectively like a mule kick of sorts, back towards me, but keeping her leg so it's parallel to the floor. She's contracting her glutes, contracting her hamstrings, squeezing them like it's a hamstring curl machine. And then when she gets there, she has her arm give a little extra pull. 1,001, 1,002, really puts a deep stretch across the front and almost knocks her over sometimes. Good job. You're going to contract, stretch, relax. Good job. Contract, stretch. We're just going to do a couple more of these and bring Travis back in for one more move. So contract, stretch, relax. Good job. And I think we're right about this. You're going to contract as tight as you can. Make the glutes and hamstrings nice and taut. She's just going to put the stretch in the front. We have Travis jump down real quick because we're going to have to wrap up quickly. Have you facing that corner. And watch out for Stephanie. They create a nice little pocket right here in front of him. He's going to do almost a crunch, bring his chest towards his feet. Once he's as far as he can go forward, he wants to grab his feet and just kind of pull himself a little further forward to put the stretch here. Got a contraction in the front, means relaxation in the back. By still contracting through, he gets stronger and more flexible. We're going to do a few more reps right here, but we're going to have to sign out. It's been another great episode of Beltline Construction. I am your host, Mighty Joe Stankowski, so we're going to see you next time. Until then, train like you mean it. Good job. Let's get a couple more. Contract, nice tall spine, and pull into it, stretch. Good. There you go. Good one.